Ready to open the hood? UseTool for the tutorials.
And for car parts, the right idea is the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You will find the Mylar inner and outer tie rods used in the video through the link in the description. Turn your engine off and pull up the handbrake. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. To be able to change the inner and outer tie rods on your vehicle, you must remove the wheels to gain complete access to the steering system. Lift the front of the vehicle. Place the vehicle on the axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. Don't forget to slide the wheels under the vehicle. As the components to be removed are very often seized up, don't hesitate to brush and to use penetrating oil to facilitate the operation. With a marker, trace a line between the axle joint and the tie rod end. It will help later during disassembly and reassembly process. Using a 24mm spanner, release the tie rod end lock nut on the inner tie rod side. Using a socket wrench and a 21mm socket, release the holding lock nut on the tie rod end. If you don't have a ball joint puller, take a hammer and hit the lock nut hard just at the end of the threading. The ball joint should move away from the pivot. Only tap on the tie rod end pivot if you're changing the tie rod end. Otherwise, you risk damaging the threading. Paying close attention to the point of reference, unscrew the tie rod end, counting the number of turns necessary to extract the tie rod end. Using a caliper, measure the distance between the guiding mark and the end of the inner tie rod. This will be needed during the reassembly process to get as close as possible to the original settings. In any case, an alignment check will have to be carried out by a professional soon after having performed this operation. Remove the lock nut from the axle joint. Using a cutter knife, remove the clamping clip at the end of the sleeve. With a cutter, cut the external part of the sleeve so that you can remove it. Do the same with a clamping clip at the other end of the sleeve. Remove the sleeve. Using a tie rod ironer extractor, a specific tool for carrying out this job, you can now loosen everything without difficulty. To do this, insert the tool up to the fixed part of the tie rod, then with a socket wrench and a long extender, force it in an anti-clockwise direction. If the tie rod axle joint is equipped with marks, release them using adjustable spanners.
All parts used in this tutorial are supplied by our trusted partners. These partners also help us create as many video tutorials as possible. Check them out in the description below.
You can find the Mylar parts and products used in the video through the link in the description. Take the new axle joint. Put it in the steering cock housing. Still using the same tool or using an adjustable spanner, block the tie rod axle joint but in a clockwise direction this time. Finish off the tightening with a torque wrench. Then remove the tool. Take the new sleeve. Apply silicone grease to the part of the tie rod axle joint that will be in contact with the sleeve. Put the internal clip back on. Put the sleeve in place. You can now crimp the clip with pliers. Then put the external clip in place. Screw the lock nut back until the distance measured with the caliper is reached. Take the new tie rod end and unscrew the lock nut supplied with it. Put the tie rod end back in place, making the same number of turns as counted during disassembly. Apply silicone grease to the flat part that will be in contact with the tie rod sleeve. Replace the ball joint in the pivot. Put the lock nut supplied with the new part in place and tighten it using a 22mm wrench, a socket wrench and a 6mm Allen socket. Finish off the tightening with a torque wrench. Finalize the tightening of the lock nut using a 24mm spanner while holding the inner tie rod using a 15mm spanner to avoid damaging the tie rod end. Now you can put the wheels back on your vehicle. During this operation, it will work on the steering system of your vehicle. Checks on tyre alignment, when carried out by a professional, will guarantee that your steering system has been perfectly aligned and is in good working order. Put your vehicle back on the ground and fix the wheels in place properly. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We would be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.